So Paul,
Gina?
what are we doing this week?
I'm not sure, you tell me.
Guess what?
What?
We're tackling this gallery wall.
This wall here?
Yes.
Great.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
So this week we are tackling our gallery wall. And as you can see, we started it. We had talked about our photos in previous videos, but
I like these autumn pictures. We're not getting rid of those, are we?
no.
Okay, good.
I like those too. And I love that now we're starting a thing where every season we change them out. But
Makes
it
sense.
needs more. We have a clock, which we're probably going to move on from, and we have some pictures here, and it's a decorated buffet.
Right, looks nice.
But
Are you
it's
saying it
empty.
could look better?
It could.
All right, we'll see.
Okay, so we're going to do some cool projects. It's a very simple and fun video this week.
I'm good with simple and fun.
Yes. I'm glad you understood me. My voice is still a little bit off for my, I'm getting a little bit of laryngitis. Good thing for you though, I won't be talking much this week. Anyway, come on and see how we handle this wall.
It's going to be great. Let's
It's
go.
gonna be great. So right now we have a nicely decorated wall, but it's missing a lot. So we're going to make this a really fun, more decorated gallery wall.
So it's time to make our wall sconces. I've cut down some scrap wood to a couple of 10-inch boards and a couple of 4-inch boards. What I'm going to do is make a dado cut here so I can slide that in, glue it and screw it in from the back. And these are going to support some candles we got online, some battery powered candles. I'm going to set the depth of this blade at about 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 to 3/8. I'm going to make a mark at 3 inches from the bottom. That's going to be the top of our dado. And the width of it is going to be the width of this board, which is about 13/16.
21, 22, whatever it takes.
So now this, the cut we're going to make. It's going to cut out that amount there. I slowly move my fence in to make the next cut. There we go. Now for the next one. Same thing. So we found this old window at the side of the road. I guess it was used as a door from a cabinet or something. We're going to remove these hinges, remove the doorknob. We're going to fill in the slots where the hinges were. And Gina's got a special project coming up for it. Stay tuned. Gonna put a little glue in here, wood glue. Might have done a little too much. Let's see. A couple of screws. There we go. So now we've got this big, beautiful, heavy mirror to hang, and I need to figure out how to hang it the best way. And what I've come up with is the French cleat. And I think that will be the safest way to hang this heavy mirror. So let's get started on making one. So a French cleat is going to involve taking a piece of wood kind of like this and cutting it at a diagonal. One of the pieces is going to be mounted on the frame, on the mirror frame. The other piece is going to be mounted on the wall, and then when you hang it up, that diagonal will fit back together again, keeping it nice and sturdy. You'll see one piece mounted on the wall, the other piece mounted on the frame. They can hang right together like that. So I'm going to attach one half of the French cleat right here to the very top of the mirror and line it up with the top edge so I know that it'll be easier to level things out when I'm hanging it. Alright, now as soon as we find out where this is going to go on the wall, we'll hang the other half of the French cleat. And at the bottom of the mirror, I'm going to add a little wooden bumper that's the same thickness as this top piece so that it won't be angled when it's on the wall.
So don't mind the mess, everyone, but we have put some paper on the walls and we're going to see how it's all leveled out and if they're the places we want it to be. We had a decent enough wall before, but it just needed more. So we have a mirror that's going in the middle in a moment. Paul just showed you how he put that together, and we're kind of deciding where we want everything placed around it. I think now going forward, we're going to center in the wall where best the mirror will go in the center, and then work from there and start measuring from there. So this is just somewhat of what the layout will be.
Attach this bumper to the bottom of the mirror so that it won't be angled when it's hanging on the wall. Alright, let's hang this thing up.
Okay, so hopefully you can't see this on camera, but we do have a lot of marks on this. We have taken it apart, put it back together, taken it apart, put it back together, tried to get that glass clean. The thing is, we kept it as a window. My hope was to smash the glass and just hang the mirror, but we did it this way because we didn't know how to actually get rid of the shards of glass that were sticking on the edges. However, I know there are things on this. I know we could do it. I guess we're being a little lazy, but the glass, it just had to stay on there. It is an older window pane, so because of that, we had to kind of deal with the glass. And I guess it shows its age, it shows its character, but we did clean this. But there are streaks, there are little marks, there's a scratch in the glass. But you know what? It just shows that it's been aged a bit. We really like this whole mirror. The mirror attached to the back just made a huge difference. I thought, what would we do with this piece when Paul picked it up? But immediately when I saw the squares, the panes on the window, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be a great mirror. The inspiration was, you see like on Pottery Barn, you see different stores have this type of mirror, but it's much bigger. There's much more panels of squares, but I thought this is maybe a different dupe, kind of a lesser version of it, but it gave that same effect, and it's going to look so pretty and every season on the wall. We love it.
So we picked up this mirror glass at Lowe's. They cut it down to size for me. And the great thing about this French cleat system is you can adjust it left to right, just to an extent. So I just measured it out, and we have to move it about 3/4 of an inch to the left to make it centered in the wall. So that's all it takes.
And it's also secure now too.
And it's very secure, yeah. Good
Which
to go.
when things are this heavy, you
Yeah.
have to have this secure hold on it.
Yeah.
So that works.
Yeah,
And it looks
it
really
does.
great, and you can't see it, so it really is a great way. If you don't mind holes in your wall and you're not going to move it all the time, that's a real
Yeah.
great permanent solution. So it's centered. We off-centered the buffet for a reason, because we have a small living room in here, and we wanted it's, don't mind the mess, everyone, we're still working on this room, but this walkway here, and then we have our doorway here. So we had to off-center it so this door won't hit the buffet, but also when we walk in here, along, again, don't mind the mess, with this chair here, it was going to just leave too little of an opening. So we're gonna try to figure that out, but I really do wanna center it, but we may have to have it slightly off-center just so we still have the space. But here we go with putting the rest of the wall together, but that was a major component, was that mirror. So here's the finished look. The shelf just kind of balanced out from this side to this side. I just wanted to balance it out. So I didn't want it too country-ish. I'm hoping it's not really giving that vibe, because I'm really not into that whole vibe. But I wanted somewhat of a modern look, but it's still like a modern farmhouse, but it's very cottagey here, and we wanted to keep that. But, and hi in the mirror, but we still wanted a little something, so every season, every holiday could maybe add a little something. The floating shelf didn't work with what we had, so Paul put this makeshift shelf together with materials we had. It worked out really great, but here it is, and that kind of balanced it out. And of course we have our new sconces, the mirror, this right here, this little garland, this fall garland we found on Facebook Marketplace for $5. Someone was selling. And then of course our finished updated buffet. What do you think? And this is it all lit up. And so another week.
Another week.
It was a quick week, an easy week.
It was an easy week. I'm very happy with the results. They came out great.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was too country, because even though I try to steer away from that, I was going for more of a modern, I hate to even say farmhouse, because I'm really not into that. And I know sometimes you'll look at our decor and say, that's farmhouse. It's kind of an old habit that just sometimes escapes. But cottage and farmhouse are similar in a lot of ways, especially with the colors and the laid-back, easy style. Some of the rusticness, although with the cottage style it's more refined. But so that's what I was going for, is more of the cottage and more of a modern, maybe a little modern farmhouse. But I hate to use the word farmhouse because that's not really my thing. It's a lovely style. It's just I'm going past that. So we're gearing more towards our cottagey lifestyle and
Right.
New England style, because
No.
we're in New England.
I'll have to admit, I don't know one style from the next, but I do know this. It looks great. Well done.
Thank you.
It was your vision. You saw the whole thing, and we implemented it. So
Thank you.
It was all you.
Well, Paul did all the hard work. I'm finally starting to feel more myself after, boy, did this sickness really knock me out.
Okay.
But I will say I'm finally feeling more myself now. And I wanted a simple project. I didn't want to go right into we have some major projects lined up. I did not want to go into a major project.
No.
So right after that. So We wanted to finish that up. It's been bugging me for the longest time looking at that wall. When we first did it, I was like, okay, has some pictures on the wall, had a clock there, but I wanted to go back to a mirror so badly.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted that Pottery Barn inspiration, but there was no way I was going to spend that kind of money on a mirror. And I just couldn't quite find the materials to make the size of the mirror that I wanted. And we have a little house. It almost would have looked out of proportion. So
anything bigger than that, I think you're right, would have been too big for the room.
yeah, and he didn't even know that's what I was going for. And one day he brought on this. He loves to pick up things on the side of the road. I do too sometimes, but I'm very specific. But a lot of
I'll pick up
times,
almost anything.
you know, and that's fine. It's fine because here's the thing, guys. When you drive by something, don't always look at, oh my gosh, that's an ugly piece. Believe me, half the time it's awful or it's falling apart. We look at it maybe for the wood, maybe the screws in that, because screws are very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, it could be the glass in there that you want, or the mirror. Maybe I could do something with this mirror. We also do this when we resell items. We repurpose it and resell it.
Yeah.
So it's not always just for us. We run a booth where we at a flea market. We do we are trying to get more into the eBay.
Yeah.
We did it for a long time and stopped it for many years, and we're trying to get back into that. So we have reasons to do these things, but a lot of times it is for us too.
Yeah.
And this particular window, I fell in love as soon as I saw it. I went, oh, he did good this time. Sometimes I'm like, what did you bring home? Yes, but he did good. And he had seen on Facebook Marketplace this garland. It wasn't too far away from us. It was like $5. I thought, why not? It's great. It was either going to be in our booth somewhere to decorate the booth, or it's going to be for the home. So for now, you know, and year to year it changes. For now, we're going to keep it. I almost feel like that might be bordering on a more of a country look or a more of a farmhouse look. But I think for the season that it is, it works out well. I'm really excited for that mirror to have a wreath at Christmas.
Yeah.
I think it's going to look so pretty.
It sounds nice.
But I wanted sconces, but I didn't want to pay for that this week. I really wanted to be this to be an expensive and easy project.
Right.
So Paul made some sconces.
Yeah, well, we bought those battery-powered candles online.
Yes.
They have the flicker effect, and there's a timer on them.
From Amazon.
From Amazon, very inexpensive. I forget how much, but not much.
Very.
Yeah. $12 or something
Maybe
like that.
that,
Something
yeah.
like that. Anyways, and they work great. I just made simple little sconce frames for them, whatever, and put them on the wall. So
And we like simple.
Yeah, exactly. So for the mirror, we got the mirror at Home Depot. They sell mirror
No,
glass.
Lowe's, dear.
Lowe's. It's all the same.
No, it's not.
It's not the same. Actually, Home Depot didn't have them. Lowe's had the mirror glass. And they cut it down to size for you, so it was great.
It was
nice
great.
and easy. Yeah.
It was. And then we just wanted to balance it out, so we added a little shelf at the bottom. But it worked out really nice.
It did.
I think it's going to be great because it can interchange through the seasons with the different pictures, things on that little shelf. But we needed to balance it out a little bit. And it was okay and somewhat balanced before, but it was very bare. It needed much more, but I didn't want to overwhelm it with things. Hopefully it worked out. We
so.
like it.
Yeah.
We hope you do too. We hope it gave you some ideas. And a little bit of an announcement. We are going on a vacation next week, so we will not be having a video next week.
Right.
So we're going to just take a little time to enjoy the last of the peeping of leaves,
Yes.
the last of the colors showing before it's totally gone. And we live in New England, so we want to go a little further. We want to look into some of the changing colors and some of the things going on around our towns and nearby. And it's just going to be more of an somewhat in town, somewhere around it.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about it. So
Absolutely.
we're trying to do that. That's our new thing this year, is trying to maybe once a season
Yeah.
just go off for a week and just do day trips. Maybe go away for a weekend, but the whole point is to
Take a little
just
break and
take a
recuperate.
break.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about in past videos, the Hygge lifestyle. That's part of Hygge, folks, is
Yeah.
going on some day trips and enjoying some of your town, maybe doing some fun vacations here and there, even away from home.
Yeah.
But it's to enjoy. And this is the time where we're starting to hunker down and get really, really warm and cozy.
Right.
And maybe one more trip before we do
Yeah,
that.
before it gets snowy and whatnot, we're gonna go out and enjoy the autumn. So
Exactly. So we won't see you next week, but we will see you the week after.
right,
But thank you for joining us. We hope you like this video.
absolutely. If you do, please give us a thumbs up, and we'd love it if you could subscribe if you haven't already. And if you
Yes.
have, thank you very much for your support.
Thank you. Have a great
Have a
couple of
great day.
weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.